is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
And get this stuff set up. But Thursday, I'll be doing this variety of indie games during the course of the stream, okay? Also, since this is a marathon-style stream, this is a great opportunity to basically set up a day where I can have goals for raising some funds to go towards, you know what, those annoying taxes that are coming up next year, alright? So I think what I'll be doing during the marathon stream is I'll have a running tally of tips to say, here's what we've raised so far today. So, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, and are interested in maybe contributing in a bigger way towards, you know, that, this is one of the opportunities this month where it will really help, and I'll be doing a running tally, because people have been saying, Phil, every day, why don't you have a tips goal on stream? Well, the bottom line is when I'm doing a main gameplay, you know, playthrough, I don't want to have a running tally of, oh, now we're up another $5, now we're up, you know, it makes it seem like it's a telethon or something, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn every stream into a freaking telethon.
I love begging. I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging for fucking tips and shit on stream for the rest of my life. You know, I want to keep doing this for a living. I love it. I have a passion for it.
Alright, but at the same time, I'm realizing we're almost here at the end of the year, and as you guys know, if you've been following along, especially if you watched my State of the Stream address 2 weeks ago, basically I'm going to need some major help, you know, in a fairly short amount of time when it comes to,
In addition to my normal income, I need to raise about another roughly $16,000 between now and April.
when it comes to you know, raising enough funds to pay my taxes and the like, so I don't lose my house. So that being said, I think this will be an opportunity, a good day, where if people want to come by during a marathon and contribute, this is a day where we could do it.
That's basically trying to take advantage of someone, and that's not right. I mean, it's rare when I have to come out and say, guys, we really need tons of money today. When do I say that, right? Very rarely. I mean, like I said, the one time was the end of last year when a tax situation came up out of nowhere. I don't feel that I'm in a situation where I do those kind of things. You know, sadly, there are people out there who exploit, and they find ways to exploit constantly. Breathe!
So yeah, so I think I'm going to be doing that during that marathon. It's a new month, and that means, because it's a new month, we have new goals, alright? You may say, what goals? What's that? Well, we have goals around here, guys. Every month I have a new set of goals for, basically for subscribers on the channel. Now, the good news is our subscriber numbers have been up. If you actually look, subscriber numbers for the last month were way up. Typically, on a normal month, I fluctuate between, say, I don't know, 450 to 550 subscribers. This month, we've been in the 500s for the last month pretty much the entirety of the time. That's great. Okay, that shows actual growth, and that's a good thing.
That was good.
This month, I can tell you what the sub goal is going to be, but I can't tell you what the number for that goal is yet. I know that sounds weird, and you might say, what do you mean? Why can't you tell us what the goal is for subscribers? Well, here's why. I know for a fact that in early November, one or two people came in here and were very generous and gifted a bunch of subscriptions that I know for a fact will expire soon. And when that happened, they artificially inflated the numbers. Like I said, the last thing I want to do is say, okay, our subscriber goal for this month is 575 subs, and then overnight, we dipped 40 subs, and now we're like 475. Now I gotta try to make 100 subs, you know. That's gonna be pretty tough. So, I don't think I want to do that yet. I think what I want to do is be a little bit more skeptical, and maybe wait a week, maybe not announce the number goal I'm trying to hit for subs until maybe like when Smash launches, and then to coincide with the launch of Smash, then I can tell you guys what the subscriber goal is for this month, so that way it's fair, rather than announce it now and then it ends up being way too high and having to lower it and shit. You see what I mean? But that being said, I can tell you what the goal is, and I think you guys are going to like it. Alright? A few months ago, it was back in the summer actually, I was looking forward to my 10th anniversary. If you guys remember, you know, it was actually in September that I held the event, but it was actually early October that I hit 10 official years as a content creator. That's a pretty big achievement, man.
Laziness. I'm lazy.
To be doing
Bunnies.
gameplay content, honest Let's Plays, and game playthroughs, reviews, and of course now daily live streams for a decade. Pretty crazy achievement, right?
10 years making gameplay videos on YouTube. In mid-2016, I accidentally streamed myself masturbating.
And when I did that, I announced a special event. The event was called the 10 Years of Rage Retrospective. And what happened was, people nominated and voted on their best moments over my 10-year legacy of things that they felt were really epic, that would be incredibly fun to watch back together on a stream. And when we did the stream, it was incredibly successful.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
In reality, it ended up being one of the best events I think I ever did. Okay, just being honest here. And people told me at that time, back in late September, that I should do it again. This should be something that I do ongoing. And I said, well, you know what, guys? Thanks for the feedback, and I appreciate that, and I think I will eventually go back to it. What I'd like to do this month, for our subscriber goal, if we hit the subscriber goal, which I have not determined what it will be yet, we will be doing the retrospective part 2, where people who pledge to my Patreon this month...
Pledge today. You can pledge as much as you want. The highest perk level I'll give you is $50, but you could pledge more than that if you want. And
we'll be able to nominate and vote. Well, actually, it's just going to be nominate. Forget the voting part, because there's no reason to vote. Just nominating is great, because I'll give you an example. It was going to be nominate and vote for this last event, but basically people submitted so much stuff, I was able to get a giant list, and we watched a lot of that on the stream, and it was perfect. It was good to have a giant list of stuff to pull from, okay? So it's going to be the same deal. People who subscribe make the event happen. People who pledge to my Patreon nominate the stuff that they want to see. So, that's the deal. It's the return of the retrospective event. Okay? If we hit a sub goal, it's going to happen. When will it happen? Probably in January. I'm almost thinking right before we do the major playthroughs for January, which will be Resident Evil 2 Remastered as well as Kingdom Hearts 3. So maybe we'll do it right before those events happen.
what we want, good shit.
Darkseid is a stupid, cowardly, ugly, jobless, narcissistic, egotistical man-child who begs for people's money just by sitting on his fat ass, sucking at video games 24/7 and will never adapt to a professional level in gaming. Do not donate to this loser. He only using your money just to buy fast food, making his fans
I buy fast food.
own bills and keeps Moses unearned.
Okay, now back to the game. I use my money to buy fast food. That's interesting. As you know, fast food is very expensive these days.
Street Fighter Dragon just did a 50-bit cheers. I ordered 20 of your Red Skull Design Classic crewneck sweatshirts from Teespring for my Street Fighter clan for Christmas. The total came to $620. Can you autograph them? However, I know for a fact this guy's full of crap because I have a live tracker, okay, of all my Teespring sales.
Greed is massively strong. I have no fucking self-control.
And I know for a fact that only one person has ordered today, and they ordered a mug. And it was the Santa DSP design, so thank you to the person who did order the holiday mug. I appreciate that. In fact, when you get the mug, if you'd like to send me a picture to show me if it's a good, how it came out, I'd love to see that, okay? However, this person is a troll lying. So nice try, buddy, but it didn't work. And there you go. He just did another troll cheer on top of that, because he was incredibly publicly humiliated for being called out for being stupid. There you go.
Toxify it. I'm just going to ban.
Alright, Crazy Dream did a 300-bit cheer, and he says he's worried about my Patreon because it's been going down, and he's wondering what's going on. Can I explain? It's very simple.
You guys are basically lazy.
And this is the truth. People now want to support me on Twitch. In general, a person who's a new viewer or a new fan of Phil, or a big supporter, wants to come out to stream, hang out with me on stream, interact with me on stream. If they're gonna support, they'll do a cheer, a sub, or a tip. It's that simple. Like, that's the main majority of my income now comes from Twitch. And it's in a positive mood, by the way. It's good. We're getting better, more viewers, more subs. Everything is in a good direction. If I can keep this up, next couple years, I won't have to worry, hopefully at all, about income from YouTube or other sources at all. When I did Patreon, keep in mind, my only source of income was YouTube. So Patreon was a way to supplement that during all the pitfalls of YouTube, the ad revenue fluctuating and people trolling me and, me having copyright issues with my channel and stuff like that. That's basically what Patreon was for. If you don't realize, no goals are based off of Patreon anymore. There's not, if we raise a certain amount on Patreon this month, I'll do a special event. We don't do that anymore. I changed that last year in a direct response to you guys telling me, don't do that anymore. Okay? You guys told me we'd rather support you on streams than on Patreon, so please don't do goals based off of Patreon anymore. So I changed it. And ever since then, the Patreon stuff has been on a decline, and there's nothing I can do about that. That's a natural thing that's going to happen as a result of people going somewhere else to support in a different way, then the other way is going to fall off. Now, some people in the last year have suggested to me, you know, why don't you do this or that on Patreon, okay? This is pretty tough. It was pretty tough because when I'm on stream the majority of the time, okay, it's hard to get people to support other than something during a stream. You see what I mean? Right now, if you want to support me and you send me a tip, immediately you get recognition for it, and I give you credit, and I talk with you a little bit on stream. Versus if you pledge to my Patreon, yeah, that's great, and yeah, maybe you'll get a perk later on. Yeah, maybe you'll get a private Q&A video, and that's awesome, because people really like those. But outside of that, you see what I mean? It's instant gratification versus having to wait to get your gratification, and it's not the same kind of interaction. So I can completely understand why people like supporting me on stream over Patreon. At the same time, you're absolutely right, Crazy Dream. This year, my Patreon has basically completely fallen apart. You know, at one point, this was something that was bringing me $1,000 a month of supplemental income, and now it's down to like $500, if that. What you guys don't even realize is the public-facing total you're seeing isn't even correct, because there's other things that come into a factor there. So I'm probably not even getting as much as you're seeing on the Patreon page, okay? Now, the thing is, I'm still incredibly supportive of the people who pledge, and you guys who do pledge help me out a lot. In fact, you guys are the ones who formulate special events. Like I said, this month, if you pledge to my Patreon, you'll be able to nominate on the things that I'll be doing in the next retrospective event that's going to be sometime in January. So you still to this day, if you pledge to my Patreon, get amazing perks.
No. I mean, getting the ability to formulate special events that I do and form them with your own suggestions is a great, powerful thing. I mean, hundreds of people will be here for that stream. Thousands of people will watch those videos on YouTube. And you guys get to be the ones to formulate that whole event, right? That shit is, in my opinion, that shit's sick. What that is, that's a streamer or a YouTuber who's literally creating a brainwashing style mentality to try to get more money. That's what that is.
Crazy Dream, no, you did not offend me at all. You asked me an honest question, I gave you an honest answer. That's fine, you know? What you guys gotta understand is being honest about things that aren't necessarily positive is okay. As long as it's not spun in a light to be negative, like, oh, you're a dick, Phil, and the reason people aren't supporting you on Patreon is because you're an asshole or something like that. That's very different from, oh, gee, I'm genuinely wondering what's going on with Patreon, and I gave you an honest answer. Very different. You see what I mean? And I appreciate that you actually care, too, because there was actually genuine care in your question, wondering what was going on, so.
I received an anonymous $5 tip. And they said, what your character looks like will be you in 5 years if you don't stop begging on Twitch. Of course, I will look.
Mrs. Leclerc is a generous benefactor.
For some reason, my face will swell up like a balloon if I beg on Twitch. Does this make any sense? Of course not, but that's the level of the intelligence of the people who hate me. And by the way, the guy just sent me $5. Thanks a lot. Anyway, over 1,800 milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.